Do we have audio? Yes, we must have audio. Great, okay. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. This is Wednesday, the 12th of August. Out there in Apex land. My goodness, I had so much fun this morning loading charts over and over and over. So hopefully we've got that resolved. Anyway, if you are new to trading crude oil, be very aware at 10:30 this morning we will have crude oil inventory. We have it every week. It can cause crude oil to move. There is no rhyme nor reason many times which direction it takes. Sometimes it's not so much. Anyway, I wanted to go back to yesterday. The overall markets this morning are bonds continue to drift down, which is kind of unusual. The dollar is drifting down too. The indices, everything seems to be in a bit of a hovering mode, waiting to see what's going to happen. China has been fooling with their currency quite a bit, and it's making international markets very nervous. So just kind of keep your eyes and ears open, and especially in August, don't be stepping into any trades that you're not pretty sure of. They might bite you, so be sure you follow the rules. If you follow the rules, you'll be fine. You cannot control what these markets will do, but you can follow the rules. I want to go back to yesterday and remind everybody about some of these things that we have with Apex that are just invaluable. We had crude oil yesterday drifting down and down and down all day, all day, all day. And where did it stop? I'm going to get in. I thought these deviation levels I had made a little bit more prominent, but I will do so today. Crude oil went down. It hit our major line in the sand here, which I'm sure if you looked at any of the news, it was the 6-year. I just go back 5 years at a time, hit the 5-year, 6-year low. And where was that? Right here. We had it on our charts, so we were all very well aware of where that price level was. And where did crude oil go? It went directly to the tick to the apex deviation level. Now keep in mind, this is not a dynamic deviation level. This was put on well hours and hours and hours before we even started trading. So it hit this at what, 2:20 in the afternoon, and this was put on our charts at, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning or some mystical time when the apex gremlins get out there and update everything. But it was to the tick exactly. That's pretty remarkable. So this is why those of us who have been using Apex for some time put such a store in these deviation levels and many of these other, what I call the streets that the bus driver uses. So this morning, when we first look at this, where are we? We are, and this is relative to where the market is. We are above settlement. Settlement Avenue, that is the main drag in our little town of crude oil. So we have our ice lines, and we have these institutional volume zones. Check this where is this institutional zone? This is from yesterday, keep in mind, but it's also the low of today. The red ice line. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. The red ice line is right here. So we know that we have a trend change here. The first green E that is put up, I made mine blue because I think they're easier to see, but you can change yours to whatever you like. The first one is the warning with a matching MVP. The second one is the confirmation that we do have a trend change. So this would have been a very valid entry. You can take this entry. There's nothing wrong with that. You just need to have a plan of where this is going to go. And at the time this appeared, the high of the day thus far was not too far above that. But if you had volume and you had the confidence that it was going to go, it's a very valid entry. So now it's put in the red band up here right at the high of today so far. And this E is carrying a triangle because it is not an add-on. It's got a red MVP. Doesn't mean you can't trade it. It just means that this is not a confirmed add-on for a trend up. So we'll have to see what happens today. Could chop around a little while. Sometimes crude oil will make these kinds of moves and fiddle around until 10:30. And then all of a sudden at 10:30, I strongly urge you not to have it be in a trade at 10:30. Wait, see what the news is, see how the market responds. Just take your time, find a good spot, make sure of the direction, and then take your trade. The buses are going to run all day. You don't have to get on the first bus that roars past you. Do not chase a trade, ever. It will bite you. You're going to get left in the street with the diesel smoke blowing in your face. So I think that's about it. I'll try and put up a little warning in the room. Give us all 5 minutes warning or 10 minutes warning that inventory will hit. The market is about to open. We got 5 minutes until till the exchanges for the indices and everything else opens. And so happy trading this morning, and I'll be back at noon. We can go over what trades were available to us this morning. Okay? And that's my view from my world in Apex land. I'll see you at noon.